Oh, do you like my yellow hat? Oh, I tell ya. Welcome to the Arctic. Arctic car video time. December in New England. New England weather, you never know what you're going to get. It can be hot, can be cold. So I wanted to discuss something that I found really interesting. This is after saying that I wasn't going to be talking about Neville for a while. I, of course, have been talking about Neville a lot since I said that. In case you missed it, we had a really good group coaching call the other day. I put the recording up. I think we titled it intentionally because of the conversation we had in the group call, Not Everything is an Orgasm. And you'll understand that title if you watch the group chat. But on the group chat, we were joined by Cecilia Hendricks, my friend Cecilia, who is the one regular guest on this YouTube channel. And it was wonderful having her on. And because of her background and her interest in Neville, we were discussing some Neville stuff. And after the group chat, we were texting because she put up a podcast episode talking about a Neville lecture, or where she was reading from a Neville lecture earlier this week, or maybe it was the end of last week. I think earlier this week. The lecture, I believe, is called Our Real Beliefs. Our Real Beliefs. Now, there's a couple lectures with the same title that have that title, but this lecture, Our Real Beliefs, is from a lecture that Neville gave in 1966. So it's not, that I found at least, it's not on, I couldn't Google it and find it easily. It is in a book. I will link to the book below if you want to read the lecture. It's called Our Real Beliefs from 1966. At least I think it's called Our Real Beliefs. Something about real beliefs. And I also, of course, will link above to Cecilia's podcast episode where she's reading some excerpts from that. Now, something that Cecilia read from that Neville said back in this lecture from 1966 really struck me. Cecilia thought it was interesting. I thought it was like fascinating in regards to how it pertains to how Neville is discussed today online, which is obviously a subject that we talk a lot about on this channel, and how these manifesting and law of attraction, law of assumption ideas, whatever you want to call them, how they are discussed. When we look at Neville's stuff, we see such an emphasis, seemingly, a lot of the time online, on technique, on doing things like SATs, on the very specific visualization exercises that Neville gave, as well as the kind of like affirmation type exercises Neville gave, meaning like, being in a state akin to sleep and saying like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, over and over again, doing stuff like that. I'll put a link above to a mini course that we did earlier this year, all about these wonderful techniques that Neville teaches. This mini course is not even really a mini course. I mean, it's a bunch of YouTube videos basically centered around 5 lessons and the techniques that Neville teaches with incredible clarity in 5 lessons. Because that's like the backbone of a lot of Neville's practical advice, are these techniques. The practical advice lies in the techniques a lot of the time of what Neville is saying, at least for most people. And in that playlist, I also think at the end of it is a discussion Cecilia and I had about revision, which is another one, obviously, of his famous techniques. But here's the thing. Neville often said that it's not really about the techniques. This is what's so interesting to me, and I think will be interesting to some of you watching. He said it's about the assumption, right? And this is the law of assumption, as he liked to call it. And that term has been, basically bastardized by the community, in my opinion. But it's about assuming something being real and it becoming real because of that. And so he says this, even though he talks about techniques a lot, especially earlier in his career. The point is not the technique. It's like I always say, you really are the technique. When it comes to all this stuff, you are the technique. So listen to this quote from this lecture, Our Real Beliefs from 1966, because he really says it clearly here. He says, well, how to persuade myself that I have received what at the moment reason is denying and my senses deny. I use all this technique, and the technique is all figurative, has no power whatsoever. It is what it is implying. I'm going to read it again, but did you hear that? Neville's saying all these techniques that he's so famous for today, SATs and all the different versions of all the things you can do in a state akin to sleep, imagining the end, revising. He says all these techniques are figurative. They have no power whatsoever. In and of themselves, they mean nothing. It's simply about what they're implying, which is the fulfilled desire. That's slept on or just glazed over. That's like Neville's deep teachings right there in regards to the law, if you want to call it the law. Again, he says, well, how to persuade myself that I have received what at the moment reason is denying and my senses deny. I use all this technique, and the technique is all figurative, has no power whatsoever. It is what it is implying. The power of the technique is in what it's implying. It's not the technique itself. And this links up beautifully with what we always talk about. Joseph Murphy talks about the law of belief. I'll put the playlist to that above. And, Coué always talks about having expectancy. All these teachers basically talk about having expectancy. If you believe something is going to happen, in all likelihood, in some significant way, it's going to happen. Right? That's like the backbone of so much of this manifesting, law of assumption, law of attraction advice. And the technique to get you there doesn't matter in and of itself. You can do any fucking technique as long as you believe and have this expectancy. That's what Neville's saying here. That's where the magic lies. That's where, you see Neville and all these New Thought teachers giving all these biblical verses where, Jesus speaking about, believe it's so and it will happen. That's it. It's that idea, that framework. We get lost so often in certain techniques and what should I do? Da-da-da-da-da. What you should do is believe and be expectant. What's hard is figuring out how to be expectant, how to believe. Once you figure out how to believe and to be expectant, that's it. You've done all you have to do. You see? I mean, that's so much of this stuff. And again, that's the big picture. And then we got to make it subjectively our own. Neville was really, really good at making these ideas, these New Thought or, psychological ideas, spiritual ideas, whatever term you want to use to talk about this stuff, his own. He was really good at making it his own. He had techniques, getting to a state akin to sleep and then, creating a scene of the wish fulfilled and looping it viscerally until it felt so real that it actually was so to him. He was really good at subjectively figuring out how to do that for himself. And then he was really good at teaching other people how to do that as well. But it's not about the technique. It's about the assumption of it being so. Or, Neville didn't talk that much about this, but the assumption of it going to happen. It doesn't have to already have happened. If you believe it is going to happen, it will happen. Coué basically proved that. If you have faith and expectancy, if you're confident something's going to happen, in all likelihood, it's going to happen. That's the idea. And if we don't want to use all this religious language or this kind of like eloquent, sometimes seemingly highfalutin language, we can just turn back to Coué. And Coué explains it very soberly. That's not about your willpower nearly as much as your imagination. And if you imagine, if you have this some subconscious conviction that so-and-so is going to happen, if it's at all natural, it's going to happen. So I love this quote from Neville. I'm going to read it one more time. Well, how to persuade myself that I have received what at the moment reason is denying, and my senses deny. I use all this technique, and the technique is all figurative, has no power whatsoever. It is what it is implying. If you want help figuring out what it is implying, if you want to chat with me, if you've never talked with me before, I'm not very good about responding to comments on YouTube. I've been better recently, but I usually don't respond to comments. But I will gladly talk to you on email or even on Zoom. And I can be reached at radicalcounselor.com. Hope this was helpful.